My name is Shefika.
Last name?
What? Demirdzhi Zakaria.
What nationality are you?
From Ozenbash, Crimean Tatar.
When and where were you born?
In Ozenbash, in 1942.
How many people were in your family at the time of deportation?
During the deportation, brother, I. There were 5 children, mother, father, and grandma, great-grandma. 5 people. Where did they evict you from? Do you remember the address? Probably from Ozenbash. I don't know.
Do you know the address?
No.
What did you dream about when you were young?
As a child, I dreamed of living in my homeland. I've been dreaming all my life.
Where did you study? What year were you in? Did you work?
We studied in Uzbekistan, in Andijan region, in Sharakan. I studied at the Lenin Collective Farm of Sharakan.
How were you told about deportation on May 18th?
No, I don't know that.
Where were you at that time? Were you away or at home? Were you told about your rights?
I guess the parents were told. We were kids. We didn't know what they were talking about.
Were you told why, and for how long you would be sent? Who knows the reason? How much time were you given to pack?
They didn't let us take anything. We couldn't even take a slice of bread.
When you were being deported, did the soldiers force you to do anything?
For 3 days, we were without anything. Mom was looking for food in the wagons. Grandma had 7 nuts in her pocket. When the children whimpered, she gave us 1 nut.
Do you remember your life in Uzbekistan?
Did they beat you?
I know it. I know it.
What did you manage to take with you?
Nothing. I'm telling you, nothing. We were kicked out.
Where were you gathered? How many people were there?
I don't know that. We were all taken to Surin. Mom told me they put us in the wagons. How many? In what wagon? I don't know. We found Grandma in the 16th wagon. The soldiers took everything from her. Dad took her with us, and he was looking after us in the wagon. How many days we were on the road, only Allah knows.
And how often did the train give orders?
I remember that.
How many people from your family were deported?
9 people.
Were the people dying on the road?
Yes, sure. 2 children in our family died by the time we got there, daughter and son.
What kind of wagon was it? How many people were in one wagon?
A lot. The wagon was crowded. We were loaded into the cattle wagons.
Was there a toilet or water?
No, there wasn't.
Was there fresh air in the wagon?
There were moments when there was no air. We were left without air. It was very difficult.
But they didn't do anything bad to you.
When the wagon stopped, the dead were taken out. When the train stopped, we ran, tried to cook something, carried the dead. But when the train was about to move, we took everything and ran to get in the wagon.
Well, that's when you.
To Sharkin in Andijan region. The Uzbeks took us from the station.
Was anyone lost from your family?
No, but after we got there, Grandma died. There were a lot of dead.
How were you met in the places of exile?
We received their quite warm welcome. Someone gave us a coat, someone gave us a bed, a blanket, a pillow, all Uzbeks gave something.
When we returned to Crimea,
I don't know that.
How did the local authorities and residents meet Crimean Tatars?
When they were meeting us at the station, Grandma had the Quran in her hands. They were surprised, thought we were different. They had been told about us before we arrived. And when the train stopped, they saw the Quran in Grandma's hands and realized that we were Muslims. They told not to touch us, loaded us on cars or carts, I don't remember, and settled us in homes. How did the local authorities treat you? Probably, well, they did not treat us badly. I didn't hear such thing. What was life like in the early years of exile? It was hard. It was a time of hunger and poverty. We were in a very difficult situation. When did you return to Crimea? We came back in 1992. In 1992, we came back here while we were living at our brother's. We couldn't buy a house for 6 months. 6 months later, they showed me this place. I came to see it. How am I supposed to live here? There were 3 of us, my son and his late father and me. We made a basement out of it. The basement was built. There was no roof. We lived like this. Then we moved here. Then my son came back from the army and started building the roof. Then my husband died. He was lying in bed for 6.5 years. I didn't get any help from anyone. I didn't go to anyone and ask for anything. What Allah gave me, that's what I was happy about.
where? Where did you return? Where?
As a child, of course, when I graduated, I dreamed of better future for my children, but it did not work. Poverty. There were 9 children in the family. I was the only daughter, but we had 9 children. It was a very difficult time for us as a family. What did you want to be? I wanted to be a doctor. If my dream had come true, I'd be a doctor. But it hadn't. How did you imagine your future? I had to be guided by the circumstances. I had to submit to everything, to put up with it. Dad wasn't there. My mother was ill. I've been taking it my whole life. What was Crimea for you? Homeland. We were told about Crimea from childhood. We didn't know what it was. Thought you could eat Crimea. We were just kids. We didn't know. And we were told by the adults, it's all ours, our homeland. When we arrived here, we understood what Crimea is like. It is a homeland.